not a whole lot of building in this video. It's more of an update video on what's been going on in the wing and my life and why I haven't put many videos out. So if you want to see that, stick around. Okay, the update. The parts came in. So we got the spar for the right wing and the lower skins. I also have absolutely no holes in the top and bottom of the main spar, which is going to make it more of a scratch build kind of thing. Not really, because the holes are in the skin for me to line up. It's just that slight bow we have in the main spar is going to be a challenge to get the center ones where I want them on that line. I'm going to have to pull them over and get a couple drilled and clecoed just to get the bow out of the top. I'll be able to get the bow out on the table like we did in the other videos if you want to see that. Experimenting with covers. I made this one out of aluminum so far and in a piece of wood and hammered it down. I'm not sure if I'm going with this. The other thing is, they got the end here completely built. I got these built with the height up. 3 of them are in the kit. I put a 4th one in. Not sure if you need that, but for some reason, when mine was all clecoed together, I had quite a bit of movement right there, and I thought it wouldn't hurt to put that in. And this is a little on the lumpy side, if you see. I might fiberglass off it. I'm not sure yet. Stay tuned for that. I've learned some plugging techniques. So I've got a plug on there. Got the pin started. I'm gonna, back here in the other videos, if you've seen, I've got an access hole here. I'm going to turn these around so I'll have a service loop. And this is going to be from the gas tank. That isn't done yet, but I do have my wiring finally finished here. I did decide I am not going to put a plug down here where the light ends. I'm going to ground to the shielding and then butt joint these to the light, because there's a lot of excess wire and I won't have to worry about that ever. Just clip it and away I'll go. Worst I could have to do someday is move my ground down. Okay, lights are wired not exactly how I wanted them. I wanted to come up with a way to do this so that I could pull the light completely out, but they have to be connected together. So I didn't put a plug between them. Maybe that there's a whole lot of, I just didn't do that. I did plug this in, but for what reason, I'm not sure yet. I'm gonna rethink that whole situation. And let's see. Next thing is the fuel tanks. Gonna hook up the lines. I did talk to Roger about enlarging this hole to get a wire to come out, and he said that was absolutely okay. I'll throw some video into this. I did kind of tight down in here, but I'll show you what I can. No, man. I kind of regret not filming this so far, but it was very messy. And of course I've got the gap like everybody else got, so I can add something to that to fill that later. But this is the best I could make it fit. I got it all the way around, drilled and clecoed. And I decided to go solid here and fill it and paint it. So I taped it off inside, anticipating that it would run down and maybe get on that tape. But it's gonna be fun to see if it'll even come apart, because it ran more than I thought it was gonna. Countersinked these holes with A4s and then used a flat rivet so they wouldn't dome, and they went in really nice, and that held it nice and solid while the epoxy dried, so that I can put filler in there without it hopefully popping out or doing anything funky. And that's the epoxy I used. It is really universal. It's on plastic. It works for everything. It seems to be very nice as far as flexibility and hold. We'll know more when we get this apart. But I also drilled these holes and pushed it way in when I riveted it so that it would kind of hold an inner curve. So I've got room here for fill. We'll see how it works out. I kind of like to have all that go away. I hate to put extra weight in this, but if you could just rivet it, just space them out nice and clean and rivet it together and make sure that your gap there is as straight as could be so that it looks nice and you wouldn't have to do this step. Do this before it gets super hard. Just past rubbery. There, the rest is just pop it off when it gets good and hard and then sand it to the shape you want. It'll fit really nice. It's kind of wobbly, but it's smooth. There are two different pieces of plastic. I'd have to fill a ton, so I'm not going to. The plastic and the filler take this product at different rates. So it kind of swells the plastic, but it doesn't this. So that's been a challenge doing that way. The other thing is these look a little crooked. I was told down there if I'm going to use those as taxi and landing, which this plane for me will never be flown at night because I don't even have a pilot's license yet. So I'm hoping that I'll get my my sportsman's license or certificate. And he told me just to put them off center, not to have where it's two separate lights out in front, but to have them just wide enough so I'll get a better taxi, because we didn't get the ones with the lines in it that diffuse it and get it more broad. They're still both landing lights. But I do like that the wiring we put in there to get it to not wigwag, to blink together for recognition is really good. So the next few things I have to do is uncleco this, get the gas lines in, and clean everything up. And we're getting really close. And the other reason that I haven't put out any videos is it's spring here. It's really busy. I've had surgery. I've had to get the lawn ready, the garden ready. I have had to do the flower pots. And we have not a lot of those, but you know, it's just time consuming. And what else? I had to get the trailer ready for the camping season this summer. Been camping once already, which went really good, over to Hoffmaster, and love that place. Man, if you ever come up here and want to check out camping, Ludington State Park is amazing. If you can't get in there, Hoffmaster in Muskegon is got new roads updated. It's really a great place to walk down and hang out on Lake Michigan. So if you're ever thinking about coming up this way and you can't, that's a great place. There's so many nice camping spots up here. What other updates do we have? Another quick update on this tree. My tree in my front yard died. I had an arborist come out and check it out, and I'll probably put in one of my videos what we have to do, but I've got permission from the neighbor and the insurance company. I'm going to be notching it right here, putting a wedge in here after I cut slightly to it. I've watched enough YouTube videos. I know which way it's leaning. It's a real shame, but it got a disease, and we're going to try to drop it between the mailbox and the sidewalk and try not to hit his house or my house. So that's going to be real exciting. I'm actually nervous about that. Oh, it is. It's nice getting the spar in and the sheet metal. I kind of regret now not having them send me a normal spar with holes in it for the bottom. Because the technique that if you see match drilling, my video on match drilling, I finally figured that out. It worked really well. This thing is really squaring up nice. This is the one I did that on. And now I have to try to do it the other way. So, and if you're off one way or the other, just a little, or tipped just a little, 30-second means a lot here. And the nose rib I got put on, the nose skin, root nose skin, I got put on, and I can see why I added a piece to this inner piece down to here so that I could have another rivet in, and it fits about as good as I can get. But I can tell you, I'm going to make that little fiberglass flange that goes around there to help that. These like to pucker in a little further than what I was happy with, but I couldn't seem to get that out. The only other thing I could do is maybe shim those slightly with a little square piece of aluminum underneath if I don't want them to pucker down once I rivet it. That's only 2 of them, so I should be good that way. And I'll insert right here some video of the little kitties. I gotta go feed them, and my wife takes care of them at night, and I take care of them in the morning. And so I'm going to do that right now before I can do any more on this. I'm going to go ride my bike too, so I'm not going to be working on this for a while. So I hope you enjoyed the update. Hopefully I have a little more content about building in the next one, or some tips, hopefully, if I run into any good ones. And I'll see you in the next one.